So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial. Today we are going to create this animation where we are going to have a butterfly. It is going to be animated along the path and it is going to change the speed, and it is also going to, have the wings animated and so on. So yeah, basically this is what we are going to be doing. One thing that I want to say, that if you just want to know how to animate along the path in a quicker tutorial, I have something like this where we have just animation like so, and I'm going to put it in the description when you just want to know how to animate along the path. But yeah, we are going to go with this animation, and right now we can start. Okay, so right now I am on the site Freepik and I am going to put the link in the description. And I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that I'm going to create very quickly right now. So if you want, you can go directly to the Adobe After Effects. But yeah, all you need to do is click download, then go with the free download and just save this. But I will hit cancel because I already saved this. And I will go to the place where I am going to have this. And I will just unzip this, and I am going to double click on the EPS file. It is going to open me this in the Illustrator with some warning, but I am just going to click no. And basically what I need to do is I need to ungroup this. So I will right click and I am going to choose ungroup. Right now this is going to be separated, and I'm going to create new document, Control N, Command N, or file new. And I will go with 1920 by 1080, which is full HD. I want this to be pixels, and I am going to click create. And now I am going to drag the butterfly like so, and yeah, I am going to scale this with the shift, so maybe something like this. Okay, maybe a little bit more, and yeah. And now I need to separate the wings from the body, so I'm going to right click, I'm going to choose ungroup, and the left wing is going to be separated. But unfortunately in this illustration the right wing is going to be not correctly separated. So what I need to do is one more time right click, ungroup, and one more time this is going to be like so. So right click and ungroup. And now I will zoom in a little bit like so. I will click on the body with shift on this one and this one. I have no idea how this is called in English, and I will go with Ctrl G, Command G, or right click group. And now the wing is going to be separated, the body is going to be separated, and this one I need to group. So I am just going to select it like so. I will make sure that I have everything. I will go back and I will go with Ctrl G. So right now in the layers, if I am going to go to the layers and I am going to open them, I am going to have three layers in the layer 1. Okay, your Adobe Illustrator may look a little bit different, but you need to go to the layers somehow, and yeah. Now I am going to get the flower, so I will go in here and I am going to drag the flower like so, and yeah, I am going to scale this little bit. Okay, fine, and yeah. Now I will click on the layers, I will click on the layer 1 to select it, I will click these 3 lines, and I will go to the release to layers, and I am going to select my layers, drag them outside of the layer 1. Right now they are going to be on the separated layers. Layer 1 is empty, and I can delete this, and yeah. And now all I need to do is save this, so yeah, and I need to go to the correct place like so, and I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to provide you this. So I will go with AI, which is Adobe Illustrator, not Artificial Intelligence, and I'm going to call this to be butterfly like so. Save. In here you do not want to change anything, you want to keep this as a default, and I will click OK. Now I will go to the Adobe After Effects, and what I'm going to do is I am just going to drag my Illustrator file to the Adobe After Effects like so. I want this to be composition layer size, it is default, and I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to double click on this butterfly composition, and it is going to open me this like so. I'm going to have 4 layers for, 3 body parts of the butterfly and 1 flower. I'm going to create a background, so I will go layer, new solid, and I'm going to choose something which is not white, so something like this. Okay, okay. Now I will position the background to the bottom, and I'm going to log this. You have this toggle switches mode, but yeah, the log is in the both of them. And yeah, very quickly I will rename this enter. This is going to be wing This one is going to be body, and this one is going to be left wing, like so. Maybe I should go and call this to be air right wing, and yeah, and this one very quickly it's going to be flower, and yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I can put this to fit like so, and I'm going to firstly I'm going to adjust the wings. So I'm going to click on the right wing. I will go with Y or pan behind tool, and I'm going to position the anchor point of the wing somewhere to the middle of the body. The same thing I'm going to do with this one, like so, and yeah. And now I am going to parent the both wings to the body. Basically, when I later on I'm going to move the body, the wings are going to move together, but yeah. And now we are going to create the path along which we are going to be animating. So I can zoom out a little bit. I can choose to go to, I don't know, something like this. And while nothing is selected, I am going to get a pen tool like so. I will get rid of the fill, so I will click on the fill and I will go none. And I just want to have a stroke with maybe 5 pixels like so. And I am just going to draw a path like this, so I will go any path that you want. So I will just go like so, and yeah, you can create any path, okay, because you are not going to have the exact path that I have, but I can go like this and like this, okay. So yeah, let's say that this is going to be my path. And now what I need to do is I need to open the shape layer 1, I need to open the content, I need to open the shape 1, I need to open the path, okay. So I need to go to the path, and right now I need to go with Ctrl C. Okay, if I right click, there is no option for the copy. I don't know why, but what we need to do is we need to, you know, on the path that we created, go to the content, shape, path, and in here just go with Ctrl C. And now I will go to the body, I will go with P position, or you can open this like so, but yeah, I will go just with P position, and I will go to the position like so. I will select it and I will go with Ctrl V. Okay, and right now basically we are going to have a keyframes of the body, and those keyframes are going to be animating along the path. So I can go with space, and this is what we are going to have. Yes, beautiful. Now I am going to select all of these keyframes like so, and I'm going to hold Alt or Option, and I will go to the last keyframe, and I am going to distribute them a little bit like so, so the animation is going to be a little bit slower. Okay, so far this doesn't look best, I guess, because I don't think that this is how butterflies are moving. So what we are going to do is we are going to animate this or rotate it along the path. So I will go to the body, I will right click, I will go to the transform, and I will go to the auto orient, and I am going to choose orient along the path. Okay, and right now this is going to be rotated along the path, but it is not going to be rotated correctly. So what I need to do is I need to go to the first keyframe, or I do not need to go to the first keyframe, but what I need to do is I need to go somewhere, but I will go to the first one. I will go with R for the rotation on the body, and I am going to rotate this correctly. Okay, this is out of the view, but you can see, you know, let me go like this. You can see that right now it is rotated correctly, but you could go anywhere, you know, and basically while you are on the path, you just want to rotate this correctly like so on one place, and right now it is going to be animating along the path, and it is going to be rotated correctly every time. You can choose any path, but I have this one and I'm going to keep this, and yeah. Now we are going to animate the wings. So yeah, I can go for example somewhere here, but I will go to the beginning and I will go with both wings. I will select them and I will go with scale, and I am going to go like this. I am going to unselect these constraint proportions. So right now I am going to be able to animate the scale of X and Y separately. And basically what I want to do is I want to animate this like so and like so. Okay, so yeah, I will go to the beginning. We cannot see it because I draw it like so, but yeah, you will see that if I am going to be scaling this down, it is going to scale down, and I will go maybe with 30 like so, and yeah, and I'm going to create a keyframe on the scale. Now what I can do is I can zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to move maybe 7 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or maybe 6. And I'm going to move this keyframe in here like so. And I will go to the beginning, and I am going to make this to be 100 like so. And I will move 7 frames more, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more time I am going to make this to be 100 like so. And right now I am going to have an animation that the wing is going to go from bigger to smaller, and yeah. But now what can I do? One of the options, but this is not what we are going to do, is I can go Ctrl C, and I can go to the end, Ctrl V, and then I can copy this one more time, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, like so, and yeah, we could have something like this, but I don't want to do this. I am going to do this with the expression. But yeah, for now I am going to get rid of these keyframes like so. This is one of the options. You can just copy this and paste it, but that's not the best way, because later on when you are going to change your mind that you want to scale this a little bit more, you would have hundreds of keyframes and it would be difficult. But yeah, for now I am going to do the same thing for the right wing. So I'm going to create a keyframe on the scale. I will go in here. I am going to make this to be 30 like so. I will go to this keyframe and I am going to make this to be 100. Okay, so yeah, and we are going to create an expression, very simple expression. So I am going to hold Alt or Option, and I'm going to click on the scale like so. It is going to give me an option to write a code. I will zoom in a little bit, and I am going to type that loop out like so, parentheses, quotation marks, and I am going to go with offset, and I am going to go with tab. Or you can just type offset like so, or yeah, but I will go like this. And basically this loop out is going to loop me this animation forever. And loop out basically ping pong, loop not offset, I'm sorry, I didn't want to go with offset, I wanted to go with ping pong. So yeah, ping pong. And ping pong is going to animate me this forever. And basically what ping pong, loop out ping pong is doing, it's going from this keyframe to this keyframe and to this keyframe, and then it go back to this keyframe and to this keyframe, and then it go in here and here. You know, it's like ping pong. You go here, 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 and so on. Other loops, for example, can do that. You go from here up to here, and then you one more time go up in here, and so on. But yeah, this is ping pong, and ping pong is going to animate me this like so. I am going to do the same thing for the other one. So I'm going to hold Alt or Option, click, and I am going to one more time go loop out, and I am going to one more time go with the ping pong like so. I don't know why I wanted to go with the offset. Maybe I am thinking about other tutorial in which I want to talk about all of these expressions. But yeah, so this is what we are going to have. And one additional thing that we could do with these wings is we could rotate them a little bit. I should have started where this is visible, but yeah, I can go to the left wing. I am going to hold Shift and go with R. I am holding Shift so the scale is not going to disappear, and I am going to create a keyframe for the rotation, and I will go in here, and I am just going to rotate this slightly like so, so maybe 12, and I will go in here, and I'm going to make the rotation to be one more time 0. So right now it is going to be not only scaling but also rotating a little bit, and I am going to do the same thing for this one, so I'm going to go with Shift and R for the rotation. I'm going to create a keyframe, but I want to be at the beginning, and I will go in here and I'm going to rotate it a little bit like so. Right now I'm going to have negative values, so I will go -12 like so, and yeah, and I will copy this keyframe, Ctrl C, I will go in here, Ctrl V, and yeah. But one more time, what we could do is we could go Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and have millions of keyframes, but I am going to hold Alt or Option, and I am going to one more time create the expression. So I am going to go loop out, and I will go with ping pong one more time like so, and I can copy this, Ctrl C, and I am going to do the same thing for this rotation, so Alt or Option, and we are going to go with the ping pong, and yeah. So right now I am going to have this, I am going to click Fit, and I am going to play, and basically I am going to have a butterfly which is going to be animated along the path, and it is going to have animated wings. And now, good thing with this expression is that if I want to make this animation, for example, for the scale or for the rotation or anything to be more or less, I just need to go in here and change this from 30 to maybe 20, okay? And then the same thing I would do on this scale, like so, like this. And yeah, and it is going to adjust for all of the keyframes, and I do not need to worry about having 50 keyframes and then changing value on all of them. Okay, yeah. And now what we are going to do is we are going to go with the flower. For now, what I'm going to do is I will click on one of the layer. I will go with Ctrl A to select all of them, and I'm going to collapse all of them. And the flower I am going to position below the butterfly like so, okay? Because if I am going to position, let me go to the flower. If I am going to position in here, the butterfly is not going to be visible, so I am going to position it below like so, and I am going to I am holding Shift and arrows, and I am going to position it maybe here. Then I am going to duplicate the flower, Ctrl D, and this one I am going to position maybe somewhere here, and I am going to duplicate it one more time, Ctrl D, and I am going to position this maybe who knows, somewhere here like so, and yeah. And now I will go to the body like so. One thing that I can do is I can change the color of the body to be the layer to be orange, so we can see this. And I am going to go with P for the position. And one thing that I want to do is I want to select all of these keyframes. You can see that this keyframe is like this rotated rectangle, but these are dots. And what I want to do with these dots is I'm going to select them, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to unclick this row across time. And right now they are going to be like keyframe which are easings. So I'm going to hold Ctrl or Command, and I'm going to click on them. So I want to make them to be a normal keyframes. And why? I can go back, and let's imagine that I would like to add some keyframe in here. So I am going to be on the position on the body, and I'm going to click this add or remove keyframe at current time. I will click this. Okay, fine. But sometimes if I add keyframe in here, it is going to mess this. It is going to somehow rotate the butterfly in a wrong direction, and I don't want this. This time it worked fine, but usually it don't. So basically, one more time, I'm going to select them, right click, unclick this, hold Ctrl or Command, click them, and right now I am going to have the keyframes like so. And now you can, one more time, select all of the keyframes, and with Alt or Option, make this like so or like so, distribute them as you want. But what I'm going to do is I will go in here like so, okay, while I am going to be on the flower. I'm going to add a keyframe. I'm going to, with page down, move one frame more, and I'm going to add one more keyframe like so. I will zoom in a little bit, and I will move this keyframe a little bit away. I will zoom out like so, and right now I am going to select all of the other keyframes and move them to the right. So basically now what is going to happen is that my butterfly is going to stop in here for the moment. It's going to, talk with the flower, and then it is going to continue like so, and somewhere here I want to stop one more time, so I will zoom in like so. So I will go somewhere here. I am going to add keyframe. I am going to move one frame. I am going to add one more time keyframe. I am going to move this little bit. I am moving it so I can select later on all of the keyframes like so, and I am going to select all of the keyframes and I am going to move them. So one more time butterfly is going to stop a little bit, have a talk and so on, or whatever butterflies do with the flowers, and and then the last one it's going to be in here. So I am going to zoom, and in here I have keyframe on the position where I have the flower, but what I'm going to do is I am going to move one frame more. I am going to create a keyframe. I am going to move this keyframe a little bit as where I want, like so, and I can make this like so, and and you can move these keyframes as you want. So right now I am going to have an animation like so, and for example in here, from here up to here, the animation seems pretty fast. So what you can do is you can select all of the keyframes, and you can, I will zoom in a little bit, you can select all of the keyframes like so, and you can move them in here, or you can move them in here, so you can play with the speed. I wouldn't be playing with the easings because this can be a little bit tricky when you have a movement like so, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, basically this is it. This is all, and right now I will very quickly show you how you can export this. Maybe some of you don't know, so I will go in here like so. I am going to the end of the keyframe. I will go with N. I will right click and I am going to choose trim comp to work area like so, and yeah, if we want we can go with toggle switches mode, and we can add the motion blur. We can add motion blur to the body, to the left wing and to the right wing like so. And one thing that we need to do is I am going to hide or delete, but I can just hide the shape layer because I do not want this to be visible on my animation. And yeah, I could save this, but yeah, I will save this later on. But for now I will go like File, Export, add to Adobe Media Encoder Q. That's how I export always. It is going to open this media encoder. It can take few moments to open this, but eventually it is going to open, and you should always save your After Effects file when you are rendering because it can crash. But yeah, and right now this is going to be for the moment empty, but eventually my video is going to appear in here. It is like so. I want this to be this H264 is like the standard. In here I do not want to change anything, and if you want to change something, it means that you know what you are doing and you do not need to watch this part of the tutorial. So yeah, and in here I am going to choose the location where I want to save this. So I want to go to the correct folder, and yeah, and I'm going to create a folder which I'm going to call, for example, render. I will go inside, save, I am going to click render, and yeah, right now I will have to wait a few seconds, but hopefully it's going to be fast, so I do not need to skip this. And yeah, maybe my animation is going to be a little bit fast, because when I was doing like trials, I have these maybe 22 seconds. Right now it's like maybe 14, but I will see. I will go like this, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, so yeah, basically this is it. This is all, and yeah. So yeah, if you have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comment. That would mean a lot. But I hope that you have learned something. I hope that you will be able to use this in your projects. And yeah, take care, thank you, and goodbye.